Hi, I'm Flo from Wildchain, and today I want to talk about a game that completely changed the way I see cozy games. The game is called Tiny Glade, and Tiny Glade took me from someone who didn't really quite get the appeal of cozy games to someone who now actually appreciates it. So let's dive in. Now, I've always liked strategy games and RPGs. So, the type of game where you are leveling up a character, where you're completing quests, and where you really feel that everything you do in the game actually matters. And when I first heard about cozy games, I was a little bit skeptical. So, they just seemed a little bit too simple for me. There's sometimes no quests or just very few. There's maybe no bosses to beat. There's no levels to advance. No characters to level up. And I didn't really understand why people actually enjoyed cozy games. Then I tried Tiny Glade, and I tried it mainly because it looked very beautiful. It's just a very beautiful game. And it was supposed to be a short tryout, just wanted to check it out real quick, and I probably moved to something else after. But I was wrong. And that's when I realized that cozy games maybe really have something special to offer. Now, let me introduce you to Tiny Glade. So this is a small meditative game that lets you build these tiny castles, houses, forests, roads. You can build ponds. You basically create your own little world. And the crazy thing about Tiny Glade is that there is no story, no goals, no objectives, no scoring system. And at first glance, that seemed exactly the opposite of what I usually like and enjoy. But then I started playing, and then every piece or every object that I placed just fit, and it just was very satisfying to just build. And it's nice that it's not about winning. It's not even about making the perfect layout. It's just about the process itself and creating just a living, beautiful landscape one step at a time. So why was Tiny Glade the game that made me get cozy games? I think it's because it is exactly not about that complexity or mastering mechanics. It's just about being present and feeling good. And the game does this perfectly. Every time you place an object, your world reacts, right? You maybe see some sheep, some ducks. You see basically the world adapting to the changes you make, and it almost feels like painting on a canvas, where you're sort of Bob Ross, and you're like every stroke brings something to life. And I think the beauty of this game is in its simplicity. You're not trying to achieve milestones, you're not fighting enemies, it's just creating. They focus on this one mechanic, which is building, and they do it really, really well. And because there's nothing else to do, every small action actually feels rewarding. And the visuals are very beautiful. I've heard there's only 2 designers on this, so this is very, very impressive. The sound adds a calming atmosphere, and before I knew it, I really found myself fully absorbed in the act of just building. So it's almost like a meditation. So playing Tiny Glade was really refreshing. It really showed me the joy of slowing down, the joy of focusing on small interactions, and then really letting go of the need to be the best or to win the game. Instead, you just create on your own pace. You build whatever you want to build. Nobody else is telling you what to do. And you just value these small and slow moments. And I think that's also what cozy games are all about. It's about comfort. It's your own little world where you feel comfortable. And Tiny Glade gives you a tiny world to shape and explore. And it offers a kind of relaxation that I didn't know that I needed. As someone who makes games, it taught me that sometimes less is more. You don't need to add a lot of complex systems or a ton of mechanics to make something special. Sometimes it's really enough to focus on one mechanic and do that really well. So now, cozy games are still not my favorite game genre, but thanks to Tiny Glades, I've discovered a whole new genre that I'm excited to explore further. I'd like to hear from you. Have you ever played a game that changed how you see an entire genre? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.